I didn't scream. Let me be clear from the beginning. I didn't survive because of luck. I didn't survive because someone saved me. I survived because I noticed the details. My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm an American woman who learned, in one long night, how thin the line really is between being hunted and fighting back. It started with a sound. Not a scream, not footsteps, just a soft click of a car door locking somewhere behind me. I ignored it. That was my first mistake. It was a little after 11 p.m. The parking lot outside my apartment complex was almost empty. One flickering streetlight, my car, and the quiet hum of a city pretending to sleep. I had worked late. I was tired, but not careless. I scanned my surroundings out of habit. Years of walking alone will do that to you. Nothing looked wrong, but something felt wrong. That feeling settled between my shoulders like a cold hand. I tightened my grip on my keys and kept walking. I didn't hear him follow me. That still bothers me. No gravel, no movement, no warning. I heard his voice. "Hey, excuse me." Calm, polite, normal. I didn't turn around. That was my second mistake. "Yeah?" I answered, still walking. "I think you dropped this." I stopped, too fast. Dropped what? I turned. He stood under the broken streetlight, half his face swallowed by shadow. Early 30s, average height, ordinary clothes. The kind of man you pass 100 times without remembering. That's how predators survive, by being forgettable. He held my wallet. I knew instantly. I hadn't dropped it. "I didn't," I said. My voice was steady. "I'm proud of that." His smile didn't reach his eyes. "That's weird," he said. "I found it right there." He took a step closer, and everything clicked. The distance, the silence, the car behind mine, engine still warm. The way his free hand kept disappearing into his jacket. The way he barely blinked. This wasn't random. "I don't think so," I said. "But thanks." I smiled. Then I turned and walked toward my car. Not fast, not panicked. Deliberate, confident. Every nerve in my body was screaming. I heard his footsteps immediately. Closer, faster. "Hey!" he said again. "Wait!" I didn't. I unlocked my car and slid inside, just as his hand slammed against the window. The sound cracked through the parking lot like a gunshot. I locked the doors. He leaned down, his face inches from the glass, and the mask dropped. "You really shouldn't have done that," he said quietly. That's when I understood. He had already chosen me. I turned the key. Nothing. That half second of silence lasted forever. I tried again. Nothing. His hand stayed inside his jacket, and something worse than fear settled in. He wasn't panicking. He wasn't angry. He wasn't rushed. He was watching me, adjusting. Fear makes people sloppy. I refused to give him that. My mind moved fast. Mirrors, doors, distance. My car was boxed in, front and back. He tapped the glass, softly. "You're making this harder than it needs to be. The most dangerous men never sound angry." "No," I said. "I'm really not." I saw it then, a flicker of irritation. Just enough. He hadn't expected resistance. He moved toward the passenger side, too calm, too practiced. I popped the trunk release. The click made him hesitate. That was enough. I slammed the door open and ran. Not screaming, running with purpose. I didn't run toward the apartments. That would have been predictable. I cut toward the narrow strip of darkness between the buildings, the place people avoid because it feels unsafe. I heard him curse. Good. I wanted him off script. The alley was tight, wet concrete, trash. My shoes slipped. I didn't slow down. He was close now, too close. He grabbed my jacket. The fabric tore. I twisted and drove my elbow back. He grunted, surprised. That was my opening. I ducked under his arm and ran. The alley opened into a service road flooded with harsh white light. I burst into it, lungs burning. But my heart was steady, focused. Behind me, he slowed. Not because he was tired, because he was thinking again. That scared me more than the chase. I stopped at the corner, pressed my back to the wall, waited. My fingers touched cold metal, a fire extinguisher, footsteps. When he rounded the corner, already smiling, already certain, I swung. Not his head, his shoulder. You don't aim to kill when you're trying to escape. You aim to disable. He stumbled. I dropped the extinguisher and ran past him. Distance saves lives. Ego gets you caught. He laughed. You're trained, he said, almost impressed. That's when I knew. This wasn't random. This was someone who understood patterns, who adjusted just like I did. I ran toward light, not safety. There's a difference. He cut me off again, already. I saw metal, small, sharp. I took the hit along my forearm instead of my throat. Pain exploded. I drove my knee up hard. He hissed, but didn't fall. Strong, experienced. Who taught you? He asked. I didn't answer. I moved. The security booth lights were on. The camera was blinking red. I grabbed a brick and threw it through the glass. The sound split the night. I stepped into the light, turned, and faced him. That's the moment predators hate. When you stop running, when you look at them like a problem. The police arrived 9 minutes later. They said I was lucky. I hate that word. This wasn't luck. It was attention. They never caught him that night. The next morning, I returned to the parking lot. Same flickering light, same silence. And something new. A small chalk mark near where my car had been. Deliberate. I wiped it away. 3 months passed. 2 women told stories too similar to mine. Same voice, same eyes. This time I didn't wait. I went back late, on purpose. You're braver than I thought, he said behind me. I turned. He smiled. You came back? No, I said. You did. I wasn't alone this time. They caught him 2 blocks away. People ask if I feel safe now. I don't. I feel prepared. And there's a difference. This story isn't about what I did. It's about what most people miss. The details. Before it happens.